I'm starting this a little earlier than I was planning to because I've been sitting here for like an hour, hour and a half, just trying to keep myself preoccupied as we wait for the launch. And it's difficult. So I might as well start the stream. I'm going to be chilling here anyways. First things first, the pre-download happened. Everything's up to date. Look how amazing this is. Waiting for the game to load. Come on. Load! Here we go. It's so good. Hey, Rowan, what's up? Oh, when I saw that this was posted yesterday, I didn't sit here and just listen to this all day. But I did try to listen to it enough that I feel like I got the majority of this first song. And then if you try to sign in while the servers are offline, it seems the witness has entered. Has taken over the servers. We seek an end to suffering. Why do you resist? Music is fire. Music is always great. Too bad they laid off the man responsible for the music. He made all Final Shapes music, but he's gone now. It was really upsetting to hear. I do... Oh, hello. I didn't think that window was capturing. Huh. Who would have thunk? I did put together kind of like a PowerPoint thing, a slideshow, because this is the first time here. Turn down the music just a little bit. This is the first time that I bought a collector's edition for an expansion. I never really saw too much need for them. It was during times where like me spending money on stuff like that just wasn't something I did. But for the Final Shape, I was like, it's the last one, might as well. The collector's edition looked really good, and it's honestly beautiful. Such a great collector's edition. The tower statue thing they have, with all the little secrets and the voice lines and stuff, brought a tear to my eye when Lance's lines were being played as Zavala. There was a whole lore book about the origins of the Witness, just amazing, and I really hope they bring a lot of that detail into the campaign, so that the average viewer or gamer can learn these things. Bive has a ton of videos going over everything talked about in that lore book, but it was just mind-boggling to hear and to read. And the last thing, the one thing I kind of want to share with you guys, because it's something I wanted to go over before we jump in, is kind of like a collection of autographs. Here, let me pull up the window now. Come on, there you go. Here's something we can do. Why don't we listen to Deep Stone Lullaby? We'll have this be our background music for a little bit. What do I think about the new exotic weapons? I think they look dope. Hoping, I doubt it's the case. It makes me a little sad that the Kava stuff isn't craftable. It'd just be a great homage to the first quote-unquote craftable weapon we got in D1. But it looks good. The D2 version looks amazing. The Golden Gun Sniper just looks so fun to use. We'll see if it's like going to be the meta. What other exotics have we seen? The kinetic trace rifle looks amazing. Yeah, I'm excited for them. They're gonna be fun to play. It's gonna take us a while to get it. So, in the collector's edition, we're given this sheet of paper. Don't mind the gloves. I just didn't want to leave a lot of oil prints on all the pages because they're like photo paper. So, while I'm just handling them and all that stuff, I usually put gloves on. So I took pictures of some of these things. So this is the opening card from Ido. This is regarding everything in the collector's edition. Oh, Red Death. Red Death looks good. They had to change it a bit because Crimson kind of took over its role, but I'm excited to see how it feels and plays out. So Ido writes, Guardian, I have traveled much recently, looking for records that might shed more light on our foe. This is the best way I can help you, lacking significant combat expertise. I have compiled and attached my findings on the collapse, the witness, and the many related disasters and extirpations that befell other civilizations in their time. To defeat your enemy, you must first know it, after all. So few records have survived the witness's attacks. I have done all I can to find what remains. With this, may your aim be sharp and your hands be true. By the way, Ido's cursive, beautiful. Oh, it's so good. I did, as we go through all of the stuff I won't say photocopy, but I took pictures of and posted up. Any important stuff, I tried to make a text transcript to make it easier, A, for me to read to you, and B, for you to read. But yeah, Ido's handwriting is so beautiful. When the Elixni fled Reese during the whirlwind, my people had only themselves to rely on. Catch is kin, as the saying goes, and kin are all. To be together is to survive. I have enclosed a token of the last city's friendships as a reminder that you too have such kin. There are a few other little odds and ends as well. I may have gotten a bit carried away. Again, this is in reference to the entire collector's edition. So this is her lore book. This is mainly the thing I'm going to show you today. I understand you must press forward in lonely, unknown places. So let the warmth of other hearts keep you company there. Safe travels, Ido, scribe of House Light. So here's the book. Here's the cover for it. Kind of a hard leather. Obviously it's like cardboard, but they made it shaped as if it's made out of hard leather. There's some fun bindings. There's a elastic wrap that you can wrap around it to keep it closed. The first page has like a pocket full of ramen coupons. They actually get explained later on in this book. But here's the first page. From the people a soul with hope. I believe this is Latin. Not 100% sure. So there's the first and second pages. Dear Guardian, warmest greetings. I found this book while on a trip to the Tower Bazaar. The cover first caught my attention, and while I frequently keep my records digitally, I thought it might be nice to press botanical souvenirs. When I inquired about its making, the proprietor additionally explained the concept of guest and autograph books, collections of personal impressions to say, "I was here," as well as to record noteworthy comings and goings or unexpected encounters. I kept the book for a little while, always meaning to use it, and found it again among my things during my most recent research expedition. Such a book, I suddenly thought, could be invaluable as a record of the city, not just to the historians of the future, but also to you, here and now. The people of this system, your kin among the great catch of soul, so many of them wish you to know that you are not alone in your fight. We are with you until the end. May these messages lift your spirits and carry you onward. Ido. Give me a second, I forgot. I have to do something real quick. Alright, there we go. So yeah, there's the introduction. This is what this book entails. And when I first read through it, my heart broke. It was such a great idea. And I like to think that the Lorar Guardian does receive this. And they hold on to it as they travel into the Traveler. Like the eve of heading in, they pull out this book and reread all the messages therein. There are a lot of names in the book that have never appeared in game, only in the lore. So I went ahead and just looked up a quick synopsis of them using like the Destiny Encyclopedia, whatever that website's called. I forgot what it was. But I'll point them out as we go through. First entry is from Ava. Some will say it's frivolous to keep organizing festivals as the future darkens, as the Traveler leaves our sky. Surely there are more important things to focus on. I always say, it is the little joys that keep us going. The rhythms of the year that give us things to look forward to. Here's to the day when the Guardian Games are the most serious thing you must face. With gratitude, Ava. Are you gonna play through the campaign by yourself? Yeah, I'm gonna do it solo. If I get stuck up in areas, I can always call on some of my clanmates to join me. I'm sure a lot of them will be playing. I hope not. I'll really try to do everything solo. But we'll see. So your first message from Ava. If you don't know, Ava, she's the one that organizes all your festivals, like the Guardian Games, the Dawning, Solstice of Heroes. Like, she's the grandma lady. Everyone knows Ava. From one Guardian to another, hang in there, friend. I'll see you Starside. Crossed out ideally when there's a Hunter Vanguard again. Ramos. Ramos appears in the lore a few times. He's a hunter guardian who kind of works with Ava, kind of like her assistant. He likes to stay with her, help her on her travels, keep her safe, stuff like that. Oh, Legend campaign, of course. Nah, if it was doing normal, of course I could solo that. It's easy. Legend, that's where the real challenge is. Several of the house-like children asked to sign their names. They wish you well. So all the Elixni children, they all signed their names for you. This is where I first started tearing up. I'm like, oh, that's adorable. And personally, I like to think that the Bungie devs, anyone who kind of was in charge of this, had their kids write out these names in their handwriting and they put it in here. That's what I personally like to think. I mean, the devs themselves could have done this, but I like to think they brought their children in to actually do this. Lovely idea, this. Guardian, we don't know each other, but I know of you well enough. Who doesn't? Hope this makes it to you on a day when you could use the brightening. Know that all of us are doing what we can here on Earth, or on Mars, or in the ascended plane, or... You know what I mean. Dinner's on me when you get back. If you want it. Druis. Or Drew. Druis. I don't know how to pronounce that. I believe it's a she. She's an awoken warlock. And she works really closely with like Marasov and her Queen's Guard. I didn't even bother trying to transcribe all of this. But this warmed my heart. It's just a front and back page of a ton of small signatures from various people. Again, I didn't try to look up any of their names and what they were. Like a yearbook. I don't know if kids still do it these days, but I still have all of my yearbooks from my middle and high school years. And this is exactly what it looks like. You already know pretty much everything I would say, Guardian. Give them hell. The city and the people beyond it have your back. Soraya Hawthorne. And she attached Lewis's feather. This part's always fun because she kept repeating the same lines for like 10 years before they finally changed it. But you all know Soraya Hawthorne. She's the clan lady in the tower. Also very vital in the first year of Destiny with the Red War. And they never used her ever since. It's just... So Ido talks to us again. I didn't put... She doesn't write her name after every letter she makes. It's like, here, this is from Ido. But... Now this is a story. I found an old Earth artifact. A Polaroid camera. It didn't work at first, of course. Cryptarch Rahul found some antique diagrams that helped us identify the broken parts. But the exact chemical composition of the required film wasn't wholly clear. As luck would have it, I met a ghost who had been studying ancient human artifacts while looking for her guardian partner. She advised on the broken parts and shared some records she previously discovered about light sensitivity in Silver Hades. So I was able to get the camera to work. This picture did not turn out quite as I had hoped. But it was the first one I took, so I wanted to share it with you, Ido. What's cute about this is, I don't know if you can see the shadow in the picture here. This is a separate picture that Bungie had like attached onto the page of the book to make it, feel like she had pasted a picture in here. It's just adorable. Just makes me giggle. Say hello to the traveler for us. Actually, by us, I mean me. Oh, I misspelt. Sorry, it was a lot of typing. And write down everything you find. I have a lot of glimmer writing on the answers. Peach. So, Peach is just an unpartnered guardian. She kind of petitions against the notion that ghosts are incomplete without a guardian. So she tries to educate people about, like, hey, just because I don't have a guardian doesn't mean I'm useless or incomplete or whatever, right? I'm still me, even without a guardian. She doesn't deny the fact that, like, people who have guardians, that's awesome, that's amazing. But that doesn't mean you're nobody if you don't, right? So that was cool. She's in a couple of lore tabs, but nothing too important. This is from Archie. He sniffed the page for a very long time. I wonder what readings he was taking. So this is the front and back of the page. Either like he stepped on the page and it got burnt through, or it's like a deep oil mark. I like to think it's oil from Archie, but I wanted to show the front and back that it like bled through the page. Kick the witness right in its face for me, alright? It's many, many faces. You've got this, collaborator. From Finch. I put the Finch part. This is obviously Finch. You're the ghost who partnered up with the Hive Knight. He's your vendor on Savathun's throne world. And he kind of realized his mistake. He loves his guardian. He just doesn't agree with the Hive's logic. So he's trying to teach his guardian to not be so ruthless and bloodthirsty. All the places you go, I ought to start asking you to source rare artifacts. If you cannot travel safely, travel bravely, Guardian. Fenchurch. Fenchurch is a guardian who woke up with a token in his pocket. That token belongs to the family of Tess Everest, or the Everest family, I should say. So although he has no memory of his past, he kind of just accepts the fact that he's part of the Everest family. And kind of like Tess, Tess from Eververse, the microtransaction store lady. Yeah, it's like her father or something, right? That's who Fenchurch is. Stay ahead of the pack, Guardian. They can't catch you if you don't let them. Arene Gris. She is a Sparrow Racing League racer. She's an awful racer, but she's got heart. A lot of fun, like, lore and drama around her character, but nothing important. It's just Sparrow Racing League stuff. She is a guardian, though. In my quest, I contacted teachers and historians of the last city. One of them invited me to visit their class. All of the human children were very sweet. They all wanted to sign their names for you as well. This part really broke my heart. Like, you thought the elixir names got me? No, no, no. These pages fold out. So, obviously, like, these are all separate pictures that I just try to make look okay. But all the kids putting little notes, drawing little pictures. Like, it goes all the way out. Let me open up the book. How many pictures are there? Okay, so it goes 4 pictures out in its front and back, so there's 8 total. And this is where I really believe that Bungie brought their kids in to draw pictures of the Destiny universe. Some of them obviously are adult made. Even I couldn't draw something that good. But yeah, absolutely adorable. I can't believe Gris beat me to this. Faster, Guardian. We'll catch up to you. Marcus Wren. Another SRL racer, except this one is Marcus is a champion. Actually good racer. I'm writing a new play, but I need more inspiration. Go out there and hero it up, and I'll write the best scene about your adventure. I'll even write in a bit part for you. Dee, renowned playwright of the Last City. Dee is Marcus's ghost. And obviously his plays suck. And he's very arrogant. But he likes to write plays. Among the Elixni of the Last City, there is one very aged weaver. I do not know his story, and my father will not tell me. Although, I think perhaps this is because he himself does not know. This weaver, I do not like him very much. Although, of course, the role of scribe is outside of personal preference. And I felt I had to ask him for his knowledge, you see, in case there are not many left who remember the whirlwind. He was not willing to share much of Reese, so there was nothing to include in the other document of the witness which I prepared for you. But there was something else. Guardian, there is no aid I can offer once I would have said... Oh, okay, that's right. There's no aid I can offer. Once I would have said there was no hope. Even now, even more now that the great machine has risen from the city's orbit. But you still try. That is hope, even to the last. The Elixni that's talking here that Ido had interviewed, his name is Namrask. And Namrask was a brutal Elixni. Having to live through the whirlwind, suffer through the long drift, which was essentially these houses were stuck on their catches, having to scavenge for survival, and just not lost, but traveling throughout the deep reaches of space for a very, very long time. Like hundreds and thousands of years. Elixni can live forever so long as they have their ether, which requires substance and materials, like matter that they can transform into ether through their servitors. And being in such a dire circumstance, you had to be ruthless in order to get your ether. So Namrask, obviously he survived the long drift, he made it here. He was ruthless, and he hates that part of his history. So he joined the House of Light in hopes to abandon violence. And now that he's here in the city, he works with Ada 1 in the Synthweave program. He helped provide her with the knowledge and skills needed to create us our transmog system. And he works with her to this day. So that's why he doesn't like talking about Reese and the whirlwind and all that stuff. He's trying to push that history past. I want to say this is from Ido. I'm not 100% sure. These grow wherever they may find root. I don't know when this happened. Must have left the book open. You can see a little more there. Did you know cats are everywhere? Such clever creatures. And no, this is just a picture. They didn't actually put a flower in my book. I understand I write this to the Guardian, who so frequently keeps company with the Vanguard. Our commanders can forget, but it is the breath in the lungs that keeps the legs moving. Remember to rest now and then, Guardian. Best, Chalco Yong. They're a hunter guardian who work as part of Ikora's Hidden. Her special operatives, guardians that go out, and they're more spies than fighters. Obviously they can fight really well, but they're more intelligence seekers. They spy, collect information, research, keep tabs on people, stuff like that. Chalco specifically was in charge of ensuring Miss Rax stays safe in the city, or keeping an eye on Crow when he first was resurrected, because we had heard rumors that the Prince Awoken had been revived as a guardian, so Chalco was assigned to go investigate. So in the lore, it's kind of a common big name, but they're never mentioned in the base game. I did not begin this. I think they view it now as a kind of game. Do not be surprised if more is added while you aren't looking. So yeah, it's just a bunch of Ikora's hidden, writing a bunch of symbols and signs and messages and whatnot. I think you can decipher all this. I have no idea how you could, so I'm not gonna bother. This is also for like hidden emblem codes. So yeah, this page is used to kind of give you that. You can just look them up online. If you need backup, call on the 6 coyotes. A hunter for every occasion. Theron Vey. I'll talk about them more in a second, because the 6 coyotes all talk here. Clarification to my esteemed colleagues, note. Do not call on us for anything related to a Vanguard dare. But for the fate of the world, that's much easier. Best of luck, Nadia. Clarification. If the Vanguard dare not being fulfilled means the end of the universe, the 6 coyotes may be able to assist. I nominate Micah. You know she's busy. Exactly. Too busy to notice being appointed. Fight well, Guardian. You are not alone. The 6 coyotes. This is a group of 6 hunters who... I think the first guy... Oh my... Forgot. It's like anywhere I click moves the page forward. Not like backwards, forwards type deal. Theron Vey was the first one. And just throughout the Dark Age, they recruited more and more hunters. Although they weren't like considered hunters at the time. They became hunters. But yeah, there's 6 hunters in a fire team altogether. The Vanguard Dare. Hunters like to be free-spirited. More solo operatives. This is kind of a big group for hunters. But they all like each other and like to hang around each other. So the Vanguard Dare is just kind of the culture of the hunters to nominate who gets stuck with the desk job. Cade lost his Vanguard Dare, which is why he was the Hunter Vanguard. Which is why when we watched his death, his last words were, tell him that the Vanguard was the best bet I ever lost. Something along those lines. Can you hear my dog snoring in the background? Silly girl. So yeah, that's the 6 coyotes. They have a exotic chess piece named after them, but it's a little backstory on them. Can you believe this image that I found? Somebody from the farm gave me a copy. This was taken during the Red War when the farm was a base of operations. I'm told that time period was similarly dire, but looking at the Vanguard together, united in their cause, gives me hope. As they persevered, so shall we. A cute picture of the Red War with Ikora, Zavala, and Cade. We wish you the best against those who have taken too much from us all. Return safely. Neek Nizelis. I don't know if these pictures were from Neek and Nizelis, or if they're just random pictures that Ido was able to have people draw, but shares like the same page as this message. You can kind of see from this image, right? That's this. Neek and Nizelis are Vandal or Elixni Vandal sisters who worked really closely with Amanda Holiday on ships and sparrows and vehicles. So her death hit these two very hard. They were very good friends. We already gave away our best gun, but come back alive, Guardian, and you can have the next best one. if you can find us. Ghost and Tommy. So Ghost is the original owner of Tommy's matchbook, the exotic weapon we have in the game. It was given to a hidden agent, Honor Mall, to bribe her into not giving away the position, because they are trying to look for all the hunters, find someone to be the next Vanguard. And Ghost is like, no. So Ghost is the Guardian's name, Tommy is the Ghost's name. It's kind of what makes them unique and fun. Direct from the spicy ramen shop to you. These coupons don't expire, so come back and use them anytime. Heroes welcome. More of these in the pocket. So yeah, that's the pocket at the front of the book. There's like 50 of these. There's so many coupons. Run fast, fight hard, and don't look back, Guardian. You'll have a host of people wanting to race you when you get back. Enoch Bast. He's friends with Marcus Wren.
Arkham Kratos subscribed to the channel.
Hey, thanks for the sub, man. Friend of Marcus, part of the SRL club. Not much more about him. All of us are thinking of you, from the newest light to the eldest. All the best, Shahan. You all know who Shahan is. The useless new light guardian. I had the fortune to encounter some of Valis Forge's iron war beasts while I was traveling and researching. Some of them I have signed once I explained, but this book was simply too small. The only one who could leave their own mark was their actual war beast. Valis Forge was convinced to write out their names in their stead. So Saladin wrote all the Valises on Keidel's War Council. And then here's the paw print. There's the backside. This one I believe was burnt through. This is not an oil mark. This is just because I believe the war beast has really hot paws. Let the paw print burn through the page. Well, this is from the Cabal. Guardian, I understand you know our true enemy and go to fight it. I do not believe in luck, but I wish you strength in the light and firm stance against that which hunts in the darkness. Warlock Honor Mahal. This is a hidden agent who adores Ikora, but is very staunch in her beliefs. She gets into drama every now and then, but she's very loyal to the Vanguard and to her duty. She's the one that, from Ghost and Tommy, they had to bribe her with the Tommy matchbook gun. Queensguard, you carry the hopes of the reef as well. Our thoughts go with you. Kamala Rior, Leona Brow, Debbie Castle. These are awoken paladins. I believe part of like the 7 commanders of the paladins. They're talked about in the lore, but I don't think they're... Yeah. But it's cute. This is from the awoken people themselves. Make it pay. Return victorious. Sadia, Shirochi, and Kali. These are the Techians of Mara. You help clear the corruption throughout the Dreaming City, either in the Last Wish raid or the Corrupted Strike. You know who they are if you played those. Guardian, if I could go with you, know that I would. It is a great weight of hope you carry. May the light provide, as it ever has. Mizrax, Kel of House Light. I am sure if I kept asking, there would be more. But I wanted to get this wrapped up and shipped off to you as soon as possible. I hope it buoys your spirits, Guardian. I have left some blank pages, or some pages blank at the end for you to add your own memories to. I hope you will return triumphant and find many more allies and friends to fill those pages. Ido. And it's true, there's like 5 or 6 more empty pages after this. But I wanted to go through this. Just quickly go back to the beginning. I thought this was such a neat thing. Whoever came up with this idea at Bungie, thank you. The lore book was amazing. The tower replica and all the secrets hidden therein are really amazing. But what really makes this collector's edition worth it for me is this book. So I wanted to share that with you guys. I pulled out the book out of the collector's edition because I put everything back in the box. I pulled it out. I have it resting on my desk, propped up. And I like to think my guardian, as he goes into the ship to fly through the Traveler, he has the book also propped up in his ship. So I'm going to put a break here. I'll be right back, and then we'll just figure out some stuff to do to pass the time. All right. I'll just leave us on that screen for a second. Close out Destiny for now. The update or the game won't launch for another 50-ish minutes. Just gonna pull up Twitter, see what we're looking at. Paul Tassie's tweet, just first one to pop up. Wondering if it's gonna take 20 minutes or 6 hours to get in. It's very true. They've been pretty good lately, but it is a huge day. Maybe the biggest. Okay, let me look up the Bungie help page. Oh, the patch notes are out. Oh, we're gonna look at this. There we go. This will keep us company for a while. I'll try to not read any patch notes that involve the campaign and stuff, or anything in the game and their activities. The only big note Bungie had told us yesterday in their vital info is at the end, one of the missions will take us through a lost sector. You just collect your rewards at the end of it in order to ensure you get the rewards. If not, you won't. Like, the campaign will move on without you getting those. That's kind of the only big thing. After that, I don't think we need to know anything else. Oh, hi, puppy. Give me a second. Ugh, my puppy wanted to get up into my bed. Hopefully she doesn't snore too much. Alright, Crucible. Competitive will now use the blended 111 ammo, special ammo system in place of the crate system. Okay. Addresses spawns on Altar of Flame and Dead Cliffs for Countdown Rush. Updated private match screens to support expanded options and to improve usability. Updated sound effects for rank, promotion, and defense toasts. And competitive to better convey success or failure. Fix an issue where relic meter was not correctly progressing in relic. Fix an issue where private match activity modifiers would display inaccurately. Shadowkeep fix an issue in the mission Beyond where players would sometimes get stuck without the activity progressing them correctly. Warlord's Ruin fix an issue in Warlord where the sound effect that occurs after a player is frozen by the Tempest Storm did not play correctly. Crota's End prevented completion of the All for One challenge and associated triumph. Why would you fix this? Pantheon's gone. Fix an issue where the Pantheon emblem... Oh, the emblems, okay. Appeared in the general category rather than the raids category in collections. Alright, nothing too big there. UI UX changes. In general, added a gameplay subtitles option that displays the speaker's name before their dialogue. This option is off by default. To activate it, navigate to the options menu and toggle it on. This feature does not affect cinematic subtitles. Okay, that's neat. Generally you don't need this because the name appears in the top right. But that's cool. if people didn't know that before. Added reputation boost information for ritual activities to the director. Yes, hovering over the rituals nodes at the top of the director will display when when reputation boosts are active. Fix an issue where dungeon tracking stats were not displayed on emblems. I always thought they did this. I guess now they finally did. Gosh, look how big these patch notes are. Now where's my water bottle? I'm gonna have to have this thing close at hand. Fireteam Finder. Improved placement and visuals of the reselecting activity button so players can have better access to it. Fix an issue where the Finder lobbies for Crucible Labs weren't allowing the correct max number of players. Fix an issue where in some Fireteam Finder applications, player status was not displayed properly. Guardian ranks and journey screen. Made visual and functional improvements to the journey screen and Guardian ranks icons. Fix an issue where the cherished Guardian rank objective displayed the incorrect commendation score requirement. No idea what rank that is. Okay, excited to see what the visual and functional improvements are. Quests added milestones to the quest log. Milestones will not count against a player's maximum quest bounty capacity. Tracked quests will be sorted to the top of their categories when the quest log is reloaded next. Added an option to set a specific quest tab as the default. Finally. Like, I like the recommended one that they shoved in our faces, but I didn't need that page. Added text to the quest tooltip to communicate when a quest is directly launchable from its quest detail screen. I haven't had too much issue with that, but that's nice for probably a lot of other people. Gameplay and investment abilities. Oh boy, this is probably like half of them. All subclasses, all super abilities now use the same damage-based recharge parameters. Previously, energy gained through damage dealt and received was scaled based on the passive recharge rate of the super, resulting in a broader delta between long recharge supers and short recharge supers. This will, for example, bring the real-world uptime of Ward of Dawn and Well ratings closer to the uptime of a super like Arc Staff or Fists of Havoc. So essentially, your faster supers, you'll get them a little slower, and your slower supers, you'll get them a little faster. It's essentially what's happening there. Arc subclasses for Arc Strider, Arc Staff, Heavy Palm Strike attacks, and Heavy Air Slam blind enemies. Okay, I'm only going to read the Warlock ones, if I'm going to be honest. Save my voice. There's Arc Striker, there's Striker Titans, Touch of Thunder, Titan stuff. Storm Grenade. Oh no, that's part of Touch of Thunder. Never mind. Thunderclap. Stormcaller, Lightning Surge added additional damage resistance versus PvE commands when activated, lingering for a short duration after the attack. This is intended to help players survive during the final Lightning Strike performance until the player returns to first person and can maneuver out of danger. Again, just as a way to make it better and prismatic. Ball Lightning increased the final arming shape size by 30%. Fix an issue where the arming shape was offset upward, higher than the maximum damage range of the projectile's detonation. Chain Lightning increased secondary chain projectiles base damage from 27 to 54, while doubling it. Arc Grenade. Storm Grenade increased damage against PvE 20%. Skip Grenades increased damage by 15. Arc Bolt 15% increase. Fragment, Spark of Recharge. Ability regeneration bonus now persists until the player returns to full shields, rather than deactivating as soon as shields begin to recharge. Nice. Spark of Beacons now also triggers on defeating targets with arc power ammo weapons while amplified. Okay. Because I think this only worked with like primary and special weapons and not heavy ammo. Also gains 15 weapon stability on powered melee hit in addition to the reload benefit. Okay. On to Solar! Restoration. Restoration's full body visual effects now reduce their intensity while the player's super is active. Huh, I didn't realize that was a thing. Cure's healing now takes place over 0.1 seconds rather than instantly. This change is unlikely to affect Cure's efficiency or efficacy in a meaningful way, but is primarily intended to improve the readability of Cure's heal in the middle of combat in the UI. Okay, so this is just more of a coding thing. It shouldn't actually affect our gameplay. So we have Gunslinger stuff with their knife, knock them down, gunpowder gamble. It wasn't able to damage strength. That's funny. Oh yeah, they're nerfing marksmen. Sunbreakers gain some changes. Dawnblade. Heat Rises. Fix an issue where throwing some grenades while Heat Rises was equipped would produce void visual effects on the player's hands during the throw. Interesting. Well of Radiance. Here's the big nerf. Now grants Radiant for 8 seconds when players exit the Well of Radiance area. Reduced player survivability while standing in the Well of Radiance aura. Reduce healing per second from 100 to 50 health points, matching restoration times 2. Increased heal on cast from 40 to 300. 300 is such overkill. Our Guardian only had like 200 health. But what this means, is that you can now activate Well of Radiance and get all your health back immediately. It's like a panic heal. Instead of like a souped up restoration times 4, right? Reduce damage resistance versus non-boss combatants from 40 to 20%, and then reduce damage resistance from boss combatants from 40 to 10%. So not only are you not healing as much, but you're probably just as squishy as if you weren't standing in the well. So Well's been hit really hard. Increase maximum orbs of power from defeating targets while in the player's Well of Radiance aura from 4 to 5. How generous. Solar Grenade, Swarm Grenade. Increase tracking shape, the linger duration, and damage by 20%. On to Void. Void General. Fix an issue where Volatile could fail to auto-detonate if the target was defeated by the damage event that applied the volatile effect. Oh sweet, so volatile is going to be a little stronger now. Now we have our Night Stalkers, our Sentinels. Here's our Ward of Dawn. Nerf-ish. Like, they really leaned into its defensive capabilities, which is a huge buff. But offensively, they nerfed it. So, we'll see. Voidwalker, Chaos Accelerant. For the magnetic grenade, increase maximum intensity of physics knockback impulse by 10%. Increase damage versus PvE combatants by 20%. Now passively decreases the player's magnetic grenade's cooldown by 10% while Chaos Accelerant is equipped. Wow, they really want us to use... This was your handheld Supernova. I think that's the name of it. Where it's like you throw out 3 little projectiles out. It's like a really close range attack that uses your grenade, but it's really strong. They nerfed it to high heaven a few years back, but looks like they're trying to get us to use it again. Alright, Pocket Singularity, our melee. Increased detonation damage versus PvE combatants by about 50%. Nice. Cataclysm. Increase the Seeker count from 4 to 6. Fix an issue where Seekers could impact the environment on creation. So kind of like our Scatternade issue. The Vortex variant increases the Linger from 7 to 10 seconds. And fix an issue where the Linger visual effects were shutting off early. So like the Nova would still persist, but it would look like it didn't. Void grenades in general. The suppressor grenade damage radius now matches suppression radius. This does not meaningfully change the damage profile of the grenade, but is intended to provide additional feedback to the player when they have successfully suppressed a target. Void Wall Grenade fixed an issue where the central damage volume was offset significantly lower than the right and left volumes. Weird. Echo of Instability can now be activated by defeating targets with Forerunners of the Rock Grenade. No longer displays its HUD buff text unless a void weapon is readied. Alright. On to Stasis. Oh yeah, the new Frost Armor keyword. You are fortified by layers of durable stasis matter, reducing incoming damage. Frost Armor damage resistance grows stronger as the player gains additional stacks. Reduce damage from PvE combatants by 4.5% per stack, and from enemy players from 2% per stack. And you can go up to like 5 stacks or something. Stasis Shatter increases base PvE shatter damage from 2 to 400, but fix an issue where bosses auto shattering were being hit by 2 instances. So same damage to bosses, but now it's consistent with its damage. Fix an issue where players in an active super would show immune damage flyouts when automatically breaking out stasis freeze. Hunters changes, Titan changes. Wow, a lot of Titan changes. Shadebinder Glacial Harvest added a new behavior. While Glacial Harvest is equipped, stasis shards grant a small amount of health and a stack of frost armor. Now has a standardized cooldown when a large number of shards are created very quickly, so it doesn't crash the game. Icewear Bolts increase maximum seekers created before going on cooldown from 5 to 7. Stasis Fragments. Whisper of Rhyme rework no longer grants Stasis Shard Overshield, and now increases the maximum duration and stat count of the player's Frost Armor. Whisper of Chains no longer grants passive damage resistance when near a Stasis Crystal or frozen target, now grants a chance to create a Stasis Shard when defeating a target while the player have 1 or more stacks of Frost Armor. Well, that's like a complete rework. Whisper of Fractures no longer increases melee energy regeneration while surrounded, but now grants a stack of Frost Armor when the player shatters any frozen target with a melee attack. Whisper of Torment grenade energy gains are no longer dependent on the player's current health value. Base grenade energy regeneration amount per incoming damage event increased from 5 to 7, while the player has Frost Armor energy per damage event increases from 7 to 12. Whisper of Chill, stasis weapon final blows have a chance to create a stasis shard. Oh, these are just straight up new frag. I was gonna say that sounds new. So Chill, that looks really good. Reversal, while the player has Frost Armor, dealing or receiving physical melee, not projectile melee damage, slows the player's victim or attacker. Interesting. That'd be really good in places like Crota's first encounter. Alright, on to Strand. Grapple Tangles no longer fully refresh their duration when grappled to. Now increase their duration by a maximum of 5 seconds per grapple, reducing to a maximum of 1 second added after 5 consecutive grapples to the same grapple tangle. What this really sucks for is the Lightfall campaign, because a lot of those encounters are built around the fact that you can get your grapple back and you can just kind of slingshot your way across different areas one after another. This now nerfs that, but this was mainly to counteract the Strand Titan Banner of War melee combo. It was so strong. Grapple melee can no longer be activated after firing weapons, similar to sprint or slide activated melee abilities. There was a time period where you could shoot a weapon before you used the grapple melee. They deactivated that. Tangles will now be paired with the text pick up tangle instead of only pick up. Oh, good. There's Hunter, Titan. Warlock. Weaver's Call added the new behavior of defeating a target with strand damage, now has a chance to generate a perched threadling, with a higher chance of generation from defeating more powerful targets. This damage can be from any source, including other threadlings. This is going to be making Weaver's Call more worth it. Now, fragment changes. Thread of Warding. Reduced woven mail duration on orb of power pickup from 10 seconds to 5 seconds. Oh yeah, that's right. They nerfed that. No longer displays it propagation, no longer displays its HUD buff text unless a strand weapon is readied. Okay, it's just a UI thing. Exotic armor! Exotic armor can now be upgraded after it has been fully masterwork, granting an artifice mod slot. This comes at the cost of an exotic cipher in 10,000 glimmer. The cipher part is so brutal. They really need to give us more ways to get ciphers, because right now you can only get one a week. Just one a week per account. It's brutal. And you can only hold 5 at a time. So Bungie's making us use ciphers a lot more, making their usage more common, but they need to amp up the amount we can hold and sources we can obtain them. Not much, but it's got to be more than once a week per account. So we're skipping all the Hunter and Titan stuff. Let's just go straight to Warlock. Balador's Wrathweavers. Replaces Stasis Shard over Shield with Frost Armor. Activating a Rift grants the player and nearby allies the maximum Frost Armor stacks when Frost Pulse is equipped. Activating a Winter's Wrath Shatter attack grants nearby allies the maximum amount of stacks of Frost Armor. When the super ends, the player gains maximum stacks of Frost Armor. It's going to be so good. Such great survivability from an exotic that gives you stronger offense. Mantle of Battle Harmony. Now grants super energy ranging between 1.5 to 4.5, depending on the type of target. Remove the 2-second cooldown for the perk's activation. Now requires a weapon matching the equipped super element instead of subclass. This part was huge. I loved the concept of Battle Harmony. It's a playstyle I really enjoy because it fits alongside like the Talalic battle loop that you had in D1 and that exotic scout rifle. This is kind of like the armor version of that, but this cooldown really killed it. There's no need for this cooldown, so I'm happy it's gone. Secant Filaments updated it to require a Void Super instead of a Void subclass. I did not know it requires a Void subclass or a Void. Okay. I originally made a prismatic build revolving around Secant. Secant Filaments Empowering Rift now reset a player's existing Devour buff duration back to 11 seconds when they enter it, in addition to its previous behavior. Fix an issue where the Overload Rift was removing anti-champion capabilities granted by the artifact. They never fixed that? That's been an issue for like 2 years. Alright, Sunbracer nerf. The solar grenade duration. Okay, so it's like now the Sunbracers only add 2 seconds to the time instead of adding 4. Your solar nades don't only last 2 seconds, they last a very long time. Reduced its increased grenade recharge rate to allow a max of 4 grenades while the effect is active, down from 5. Fix an issue where Sunbracer would not remove the Sunbracer's ready buff from the player when they throw a grenade. Cenotaph Mask. Multiple players using Cenotaph can no longer target its effect on a single target. Didn't even know that was a thing until like last week. Cenotaph's target lock visual mark is now hidden for the exotic's wearer and only appears for the allies. I can kind of understand this, just so you know what targets you can and can't target if you have multiple Cenotaph wearers. But that makes it so hard to know which target you have marked. Like, you'll have to keep an eye on your buff screen in order for that to work, and it's already kind of cluttered. I don't know. Again, in group play, I can kind of understand this change, but it's still not a good change. I would just make it a different color. Have 2 different colors. Verity's Brow now requires final blows with a weapon matching the player's grenade damage type instead of the subclass. Fellwinter's Helm requires players to expend a melee charge or defeat an enemy via finisher to activate. That's right, because you could do it with just the base melee. Wings of Sacred Dawn update its description to correctly indicate that its effects are only active with Dawn Blade equipped, rather than all solar supers. I think it already said that. Or maybe the API I was reading had already made that update. I could have sworn it already said that. Okay. Controverse Hold updated its description to clarify it only works with void grenades charged with the chaos accelerant aspect. I was thinking about Controverse, but yeah. I had to do some tests to see, do you have to have this aspect in order for it to work? You do. Chromatic Fire now triggers an effect based on the player's equipped super instead of a subclass. Prometheum Spur now works with any equipped solar super. Sanguine Alchemy now requires a weapon matching the equipped super element instead of the equipped subclass. Vesper Radius, the ability for the shockwave to blind now requires an arc super to be equipped instead of subclass. Karnstein Armlet's visual effects were not functioning properly. Necrocrypt's description to know that it requires a melee and that it works against both combatants and players. Ooh, Warlock's had a lot. I think more than any other. 20 more minutes. 20 more minutes. Armor mods. The Artifice mod socket icon has been updated to make it more distinct. Remove the energy cost from raid specific armor mods. I have been saving so many armor pieces from my Pantheon runs ever since they announced this change. I remember when they decreased the energy cost of raid specific armor mods because they're like, oh, people just aren't using them. This makes raid armor so much more viable. Like, there is a reason or a purpose for you to keep your armor, your raid armor mods, or not mods, sorry, armor pieces, because they should be strong, and they will only be strong in their specific raids. So, such a great change. We've been waiting forever for this to happen. Now, when the raid race comes on Friday, I don't know, part of me kind of wants to get good armor pieces from the encounters, not weapons. It's not true. But now when you get an armor piece, you're like, ooh, maybe I could utilize its mods to help us in the boss fight. Updated all harmonic armor mods to change their element based on the currently equipped super rather than subclass. It's now explained in their description. Strand resistance mod has been added. Additionally, harmonic resistance is now compatible with strand. That's true. We can finally resist strand damage, because I don't think PvE combatants had strand weapons until now. Yep, they persist through death now, so you should be able to get those a little more frequently. They no longer function in Crucible, and opposing team kills will no longer grant ammo finder progress in Gambit. So this is strictly PvE only. No Gambit or Crucible. The Finder mods have had their kill requirements increased by 20% for Guardians in a fire team. Solo Guardian requirements are unchanged. Again, that's still gonna be just fine. Given if you were in a fire team and you never died, this is a nerf to you. But overall, it's a big buff. Especially in like a raid setting. Fix an issue where orb of power mods would not pick up orbs when super energy was full. Oh, thank goodness. I always had to throw on other mods to make these work. Like throw on a special finisher mod or something, just so I could have these mods work. Finally. Fix an issue where multiple copies of empowered finisher could be active at once in rare cases. Additionally, corrected an issue where its tooltip did not describe it as having no stacking benefits. Fix an issue where older Solstice armor did not display the correct glow color when using a strand or stasis super. That makes sense. It's really hard to go back and get the coding correct for those. Oh boy. Alright, on to the weapons. It's probably going to take up the rest of this. Updated the heavy, adaptive, and aggressive burst weapon intrinsic names to match burst count across all weapon archetypes. Functionality is unchanged. So, just get used to the names is essentially what they're saying. Heavy burst always means 2 burst. Adaptive burst always means 3 burst. Aggressive burst always means 4 burst. Remove the foundry name from the Vice rapid fire, Hake precision, and Amalon adaptive weapon intrinsics. They were just fancy names that did nothing. Like, they didn't add any benefit. All they did was just confuse people. Alright, hold up a second. Gosh, my throat, my voice. We're gonna lose it before final shape even comes. Also, I hate my slur. I want my slur to be gone so badly. Weapon archetypes. Exotic primary weapons and trace rifles. Reduce the damage bonus versus miners from 40 to 30. Exotic primary weapons and trace rifles benefit from the below damage buffs versus the minor commands. Again, they're still getting a buff. It's just the buff's not coming from this, it's coming from all of this. Increase base PvE damage versus all combatants. Pulse rifles, 20%. Except Graviton and Revision Zero's Heavy Burst. Pellet shotguns by 10%. All except Acreus, Tractor, and Conditional, and Fourth Horseman. Slug shotguns by 9%. Fusion rifles by 7%. All except 1000. This one was just buffed. Sniper rifles by 7%. Exceptions, the Honed Edge shot from the Izanagi's and Cloud Strike Storm. Glade projectiles by 7%. Linear fusion rifles by 5%. This is just flat buff. All combatants, including bosses. Just straight up buff. Now these are kind of our combatant specific ones. Increased damage versus miners. The stacks with the base increases above. Sidearm, trace, scout, and bows got a 20% increase against red bars. Auto rifles and pulse 15. For pulse rifle, this is in addition to the above buff. And Graviton and Revision Zero's Heavy Burst mode are included in this red border or red bar buff. So they are now doing about 38% more damage. Submachine guns 10%, hand cannons 5%. Increased damage versus major combatants, which are orange bars. 20% on trace rifles. Man, I love trace rifles, and I'm so happy they're becoming more viable. Increased damage globally, including PvP, machine gun 7, sword 7. With these damage increases, the following spec mods have been retired. Boss, Taken, Minor, Major, and Adaptive Big Ones. All of these except Taken gave an intrinsic 7% damage buff to their respective thing. So overall, this is a buff. So anytime you see 7%, that's them getting replaced by these mods. But now they apply to all enemy types, not just your specific mod. Taken spec was like 10%, so that's kind of a nerf. Getting rid of that, but that was such a niche utility. Most people didn't really run them unless you're really min-maxing, like we did in Pantheon. That was it. Scout Rifle updated the hipfire reticle to show better accuracy and aim assist state. Hand cannons in general reduce the screen shake dealt to players by hand cannon projectile impacts by 33%. It doesn't affect the flinch dealt. It just means as a guardian, if you get hit by a hand cannon, your screen doesn't go, ah. The heavy burst reduce the base recoil of this subfamily to make them more stable. Aggressives reduce the stats of 2 aggressive hand cannons that are returning in the final shape to be more competitive with our current offerings. They're just increasing all their stats. Sniper rifles increased minimum reserves from 14 to 17 shots. Max reserves is unchanged. Change the way flinch works. I think my dog is barking in her sleep. I don't know how she's sleeping with me talking so much. Change the way flinch works when taking damage from players. It increased the shake duration, increased screen intensity. Gosh, I saw a video of this on Twitter. It was really funny. I'd have to see if I could find it. Reduce the camera roll by 20. I don't know what that means. PvPers, no. Just go to them for that stuff. Linear fusion. Reduce firing animation, kick and recoil for the multiple burst fusions. The kinetic damage type weapons no longer deal bonus damage to bosses, but they keep their bonus damage to other combatants. I'll still probably use a kinetic sniper just because they have better perks, to be honest. Like Succession is just such a strong sniper compared to anything else we have. Submission is really good too. Wave grenade launchers. The size of the wave is now affected by the blast radius stat. This will mostly impact the width of the wave, though the length and height will also be scaled. So wave frames, on special at least, they're not as long, but they're more girthy. The default display stat for the base for the blast radius has been changed from 100 to 50. Any stat over 50 will result in a larger wave segment than what was possible before. Special ammo wave. Frame grenade launchers perform as add clear weapons in their current state, so we've pulled the length of the wave back a little. Reduce the wavelength from 22 to 15 meters, all except for Dead Messenger. Swords updated the sword reticle to better indicate its charge state. When sword energy is consumed, the amount of delay the sword has before it begins to recharge now subtly appears in the reticle. So they're not changing the delay at all. Fix an issue where the overwhelming battle song debuff from some missions would prevent swords from recharging. Yeah, it's just weird interactions how that all worked. Fix an issue where unpowered caster's sword heavy attacks would not reset the sword's energy recharge delay. Fix an issue where uncharged adapted sword heavy attacks cost the same amount of ammo as their charged counterparts. This is the uppercut. So yeah, it should only cost 1 ammo, now it does. Rocket sidearms added a slight delay to the detonation to allow perks to activate correctly if they require precision kills. Oh, cool. It shouldn't affect your DPS much at all. It should just make your perks more consistent. On to exotic weapons. Oh my gosh, we have 8 minutes. 8 minutes. Ah! Final shape. It's trending. The witness is trending. Oh, people who don't play Destiny is probably going to be like, what the crap is trending right now? Non-precision based add clear exotic primary weapons. It's so specific. They reduce the splash damage by 10% on Sunshot, Trinity Ghoul, Polaris, and Graviton. That is perfectly fine. Rat King, swap the firing animation to the same one used by other auto-fire sidearms. Deadman's Tail, Cranial Spike stacks now grant stability in addition to aim assist stat and range. Increase the reload speed benefit of the Cranial Spike stacks with the catalyst when hip firing. Slightly reduce accuracy benefits. Increase magnetism fall off scale. Increase baseline rate of fire. Remove the PvE. Oh, sorry. All the waters. Ugh. Like taking a sip and immediately talking. Making everything feel weird. Remove PvE only damage buff that scaled with stacks of Cranial Spike and added a 15% damage bonus at maximum stacks. Oh, it's kind of a nerf. So you get nothing, bam, at max stacks. This change I'm excited for. Colony now spawns additional insectoid robots on final blows. More robots, up to 5, spawn from tougher combatants. I like to think that you could just shoot one insectoid in a group of thrall and it just infests and makes a bazillion other insectoids. I don't think they spawn on each other like this insectoid from a final blow. If it gets a kill, it's not going to spawn another one. I kind of hope it does. That'd be really fun. It would make Colony usable again. Because I loved Colony when I first used it. It was one of the first exotics I got in D2. So I used it quite a bit. Touch of Malice increased duration of burn applied by the Darkness Ball against combatants from 2 to 3.5 seconds. That's a huge buff, or a huge increase actually. Necrochasm intrinsic perk now provides increased reload speed after precision kills, increased duration of burn applied by the Cursed Thrall explosion against combatants, and Catalyst has been rebuilt. Now it has the one for Thrall. What a great name. Absolutely perfect name. Damaging 3 combatants in quick succession provides a period of increased damage, range, and aim assist. The Truth Rocket Launcher. Chris Proctor has been working so hard to make Truth relevant again. I might have to take him up on that offer. Increase the AoE damage such that it doesn't lose noticeable damage due to not dealing impact damage. Increase the total reserves by 3. This is on top of the reserve change. I want to know how many rockets this launcher can hold. It's gotta be like 13 base or some crap like that. Maybe 15. Something ridiculous. Queenbreaker increases increased damage versus bosses, mini bosses, champions, and vehicles by 12. This is on top of all the other linear buffs. And increase the ammunition by 3. Symmetry. Catalyst now provides plus 10 reload, handling, and the eddy current perk in addition to its existing effects. I used Symmetry a lot when it first came out. I really enjoyed it. It's just not strong, so I can't use it in endgame. Cerberus plus 1. Focus fire now will activate on special reloads following a kill and will no longer reduce range or rate of fire. This is the change they probably should have made to begin with. I think that'll be a really good, healthy change for it in PvP. Update Hipfire Reticle to bear convey weapon spread. Bastion reworked Saint's Fist's perk. Dealing damage with melee increases the charge rate, damage, and reload speed for a short duration. Landing a majority of pellets in a burst increases melee damage. I don't know what the perk originally stated it did. I haven't used Bastion in a long time. Ariana's Vow. Love this gun. I used it so much. Used it as a primary for a while. Breaking a matched shield or piercing a champion's barrier will cause the target to ignite. Devil's Ruin fixed an issue where the firing animation would be applied to other sidearms if the weapon was swapped. Gallahorn updated the visuals of Wolfpack rounds to match the damage type of the weapon. This is going to be so cool to see. I am excited. to see the void, the arc, the solar, the strand, the stasis. Grand Overture now displays volley ready instead of rockets loaded after special reload to help better indicate when the rockets are primed to fire on trigger pull. Osteostrega now has a 4-second cooldown on the poison burst on kills. The Lament reduced its healing effect by 20%. This weapon does inherit the 7% global buff to swords. We've reduced the damage of the high end of the chained heavy attack by 20% from that point. This means combos at lower stacks are less affected by the change than combos at higher stacks. I already only used a 2 attack combo with Lament, so that shouldn't affect me too much. I assume 2 attacks is a low combo. Never know though. Just seeing what Steam friends are already in Destiny. I'm gonna close Steam. That way, just after 11, I can open up Steam. Make sure there's no updates and stuff that we gotta put. Yeah. Because we're close to the wire. We have 1 minute. Divinity. Oh, wait, sorry. Deterministic Chaos. It now has intrinsic anti-barrier. Oh, that's nice. So the heavy metal and vexidecimal perks have been swapped. So now you can volatile more often, but weaken less often. Considering how strong weaken's going to be this season, that sucks. But in general, I think that's fine. I think most people want volatile. Increase the number of shots required to generate the cage by 75% against combatants. Yeah. Fast moving targets are going to be really hard to div. Ace of Spades fixed an issue that was causing Memento Mori sound effects to replay when exiting out of sprint. Edge of Intent. The healing turret updated to match speaker or sight's healing turret. Alternate weapon action projectiles no longer bounce off walls and non-floor geometries. The healing turret will spawn offset alongside the tangent of the surface hit. Healing turret now applies cure and restoration, having the aspect touch of flame equipped improve these. Oh, that's so good. Listen, if you run this plus the speaker mask, be a walking healing machine. All right. Oh my gosh, we're almost done. It is now 11 o'clock. We have been listening to nothing but Deep Stone for like the last hour. Apologies for that. But it's just a very easy song to have on repeat. Oh my gosh, it updated. Oh, what a banner page. Oh, that's so good. On Steam? Oh. All right, let's load in. Let's load in. It's 11:01. We will have plenty of time to read the patch notes as we get logged in. Let's just ensure I don't block the screen. I assume I didn't mute Destiny. Probably did though. I did. Okay, let's unmute that. Time for the 3-hour login. They've been good. I think Lightfall I had to wait like an hour. Witch Queen was only like 10 minutes. They've been good these last few expansions, but we'll see. Let's log in. Oh, let's log in. This sucks. I might have to pee here soon because I've been drinking so much water. Servers are not available. They lied. Update has begun rolling out across all platforms. Okay, let's... Yeah, that's what I just read. Let's close out of this then. Let's restart Steam. Actually, I'm gonna let it rest for a minute. Let me put Deepstone back on. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. Just give Steam a second to get the update prepped so we can get it downloaded. And I'll be back in just like a minute or so. Alright, let's load up Steam. Let's see if the update is here. It doesn't show an update. Let's go ahead and launch it anyways. See if it gives us the update error code. I forget which one that is. What is it? Cat? Something like that. Pause that. My goodness. I'm so excited. Such a good opening music too. Like, it doesn't follow the normal Destiny intro music. It's not like a different rendition of it. This is a new thing. Servers are not available. I don't know if that means... Have you guys had a Steam update? Not the one that we could down or pre-download, but was there a new update for Steam? Because I know it like apparently there's an update, but I just want to see if anyone else has gotten it. Because an update hasn't appeared for my Steam profile yet. Okay, well. Alright, that's not working. Like the banner art changed, so I would assume things are better. I've been shutting down Steam so it can like refresh itself and all of that stuff. How about this? Let's finish reading the patch notes and then we'll reload it and see if that's given it enough time to get settled in. I'm not in too much of a rush. I don't need to be world's first campaign or like the first one to get in. I'm willing to be a little patient. Just the fact that it's happening. I can wait a few more minutes. Alright, so we have some perks that are changing. Alacrity will no longer work in Rumble. Archer's Gambit. Reduce the effect so it can be used on legendary weapons. Reduce draw time from 66 to 60%. Oh, what a nerf. Reduce the duration from 8 to 4 seconds. But it can now be stacked up to 8 seconds. Okay, so instead of an initial, you have to build up to it. Grave Robber will now activate on dealing damage with a powered melee in addition to standard melee. Oh, it didn't before? That's weird. The fundamentals now maintain its state across death or respawn. Chain reaction special, about 15% smaller AoE size and 20% less damage. Same AoE on heavy wave frame and 30% more damage. Eddy Current now takes 1.5 seconds of sprinting to activate instead of 3. Also provides a bonus to handling and a 5% scalar on each stat at base. Being amplified will immediately activate the perk at its maximum effectiveness. Underdog. Instances of Underdog have been replaced with Pulse Monitor. This is for all the sun-rising weapons. Osmosis and Permeability. There's no longer drop off when pulling out a ghost or similar actions. Now partially refill the magazine's weapon on activation. Chill Clip. Adjusted the number of slow stacks applied based on properties of the weapon. Rapid fire still require 3, but slower firing features only require 2. All other archetypes have been unnerfed and only require 2 shots to freeze. Killing Tally perk on the original 21% Delirium have been updated to match the version found on the random rolled. High Ground reworked to provide a stacking damage bonus when getting kills in any context, or instantly granting the maximum amount of stacks when damaging an enemy from the high ground. Okay, PvE max damage increased to 25%, PvP up to 15%. Perks that currently match the player's equipped subclass have been changed. Osmosis and Tessellation now match Grenade. Permeability and Elemental Capacitor now match Super. Oh yeah, because that's you use your class ability. Deconstruct now refills from reserves instead of from thin air, and should trigger more reliably across weapon types. That's fine. The more reliably part is going to be good. So listen, that's a 40% damage increase just for existing. I guess you do have to shoot them a few times, but that's amazing. Especially since most of the machines and vehicles that we are up against are so hard to deal with, like Briggs. So, it's Deconstruct is a great perk. Very niche, but a great perk. Headstone. Fix an issue where Headstone used a stasis positive buff icon for its cooldown status message. Headstone now uses a cooldown icon. Pugilist. Fix an issue where the melee buff visual effect repeatedly flashed. Oh, weird. Dreamwork. Updated to work with additional weapon archetypes. Precision instrument fixed an issue that caused the perk to activate too quickly on burst fire linear fusion rifles. Aww. I wouldn't call that an issue. It was just if you could land your shots, you got it quicker. Heavy burst intrinsic now slightly reduces incoming flinch. In general, the Wicked Implement Scout Rifle has been moved to Monument of Lost Light. Its catalyst will now be available as a random drop. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Updated new drops of Raid Adepts from Crotas and Root of Nightmares to have 2 traits in their trait columns. Added weapon enhancement to the Raid Adepts from Vow and Kingsfall. Yes. Hope you kept your god rolls of those. Collecting base weapon patterns will now provide a boost per weapon set to the chance of getting a 3rd trait in the trait columns on new drops. Be tracked via new triumphs in each raid's respective collection. I think that means if you have the weapon pattern for the base version, the adept versions will have more traits. Something like that, maybe? It's weirdly worded. Memento stack size limit has been increased from 1 to 3. Mementos are no longer tracked in the inventory. Oh yeah, these things. Okay. Players can now view, track, and apply their collected mementos in the inspection screen. Enhanced dismantling faded mementos will provide 1 to the inspection screen. If a player is at the new stack limit, that memento will not drop again until they are holding at least 3. Fix an issue where Raid Adept weapons from the Pantheon Triumphs dropped without selected perks. Players will now see these perks applied on these items. At a later date, effects will be applied to correct bad masterwork or enhance intrinsic options on those weapons to the intended role. We recommend players select the masterwork option that functions on that weapon type in order to keep that stat benefit. Remove resonant and harmonic alloys. Shock they're still a thing. Acquiring an adept version of a weapon now unlocks focusing for base version of that weapon. Oh, cool. Oh, thank the heavens. You know how many normal, like, Warden's Law I can't get? Because I never got the normal, but I've gotten dozens of the adept version. Fix an issue where anti-champion mods were causing other weapon perks to fall off. Fix an issue causing Mindbender's ambition to not glow when getting kills. Fix an issue where the intensity of some damage screen effects and various projectiles could cause potential photosensitivity issues. Yeah, that must be so hard playing this game with that kind of sensitivity. Because man, there are so many flashing lights. So much is happening. Power and progression. The power floor is now 1900. Soft cap is 1940. Powerful cap is 1990. And the hard cap is 2000. Remember, the raid race is 1965. Sparrows adjusted the Alpine Dash Sparrow to have available speed options available to other Sparrows and made the auto reloading perk always available. In the Sparrow of the original Sparrow upgrade progression, the side-to-side boost perk is only available during the dawning. Is this my Santa Claus Sparrow? I hope so. It'd be nice to side with it. Added Strand Fireteam Triumphs to all previous raids. These are not required for seal or tile, but provide an additional optional challenge for all interested. Okay, good. I was gonna say, that is a huge paywall you just did, but now we're good. Tower's weapon vendor Banshee will now reset his weapons and their perks at the same time along all other vendors. Fix an issue where the tutorial prompt teaching players how to summon their Sparrow wasn't always appearing. Fix an issue where the shader library order in the appearance customization did not match the layout in other screens. Where the header for Ascendant Alloys did not match the format of other items. Paraversal Hall did not appear in collections. Bonus objective progress bar could overlap the status effects UI. Several emotes were not properly sorted in their associated quality level when viewed in the selection screen. Season of Dawn icon was not properly applied to items acquired from the Season of Dawn flashback offer. Yeah, most of these are fixes that were from the update and then they fixed it on top of it. So we never really saw the issues. Fix an issue where previewing associated exotic weapon ornaments whose pattern has been unlocked showed as unacquired rather than craftable in the Eververse. Fix an issue where the season pass messages did not note that a 20% XP bonus is unlocked alongside the exotic weapon when the premium track is unlocked. Alright. If you kept up to date with all the stuff, nothing here was really different. Just a few small changes, but fun. No news from Bungie. People are queuing in. It looks like it's working. Let's load up Steam. Do you have an update for us, Destiny? It says there's no update. So let's load in. Maybe it auto updated. You never know. Just waiting for the game to load up. Waiting for the epic music. People are in the queue. Why am I not getting this update? Alright, looks like everyone's just kind of in the signing in phase. Like this screen. Usually there's a queue timer. Does this... Alright, so Dado's still getting no servers available. Okay. So long as I'm not the only one. I can live with that. Alright, I guess we'll just chill and wait for a minute. Anything else for us to do? Oh. Well, Bungie released this. I'm gonna make this just a little smaller, just so on the side I can see what progress we're gonna have. So Bungie released this, the final shape, all you need to know. The day has come, Guardians. Happy the final shape launch day. Much is happening today, so we wanted to help by putting everything you might need to know in one place. Let's start with the final shape launch trailer, shall we? Such a good trailer. We might watch this again as we're waiting. Confronting Oblivion. In our latest Vidocs, we shared why the final shape is so special. We talked about the emotional journey, the witnesses' plans, The beloved characters you've known for almost 10 years, the new powers, the dangers, the places you'll find. You know what? It's better if you just watch them yourself. Through the Pale Heart. Crow was first, now it's our turn to step inside the Traveler and explore the Pale Heart. It's strange, yet familiar, welcoming but unsettling. You'll first experience this new destination in a more linear way while playing through the campaign, but afterward, it will continue unfolding with new locations, challenges, and activities. And with Pathfinder, our new progression system for the Pale Heart destination, and ritual activities, you'll earn tons of rewards while doing so. A campaign for legends. In the Final Shape campaign, you, the Vanguard, and your allies will pursue the Witness to thwart its plans. It won't be easy, especially if you play it in the Legendary mode. You'll have to test your mettle in every fight, but your efforts will earn you upgraded rewards, like a set of armor with a high enough power level for raid content. Fear the Dread. The Dread is a new species born as a result of the Witness's incursion inside of the Traveler. They are a menace, and you'll need new strategies to defeat them. My question is, the Tormentors are part of the Dread, right? But if the Witness only created the rest of the Dread faction because it's inside the Traveler with its powers, how did it make the Tormentors? Food for thought. I'm just curious to know. Transcend light and darkness. During your adventures inside the Pale Heart, players will earn 3 new light-based supers, one for each Guardian class, and each of them accompanied by new aspects. Storm's Edge super, an Ascension aspect. Song of Flame super, an Hellion aspect. Twilight Arsenal super, an Unbreakable aspect. But that's not all. The blending of light and darkness inside the Traveler will allow Guardians to go beyond their known limits and combine both powers for the first time in the Prismatic subclass. Players will be able to combine select features of light and darkness subclasses while also having some new and powerful fragments at their disposal, resulting in incredibly powerful builds. With Prismatic, using light and darkness will also charge a new power called Transcendence, which will overflow Guardians with power, allowing them to create a unique grenade, born from light and dark. These grenades have increased damage output and regenerate at a faster pace. The cherry on top of Prismatic is the addition of new exotic class items. These are exclusive to the Prismatic subclass, and you earn them through a unique activity in the Final Shape. Each of these exotic class items have a mix of 2 exotic armor perks, allowing for combos that were not possible before. New Arsenal. Speaking of exotics, we have a formidable lineup of new exotic weapons that will allow you to defeat your foes in unique ways. Still Hunt shoots like a marksman hunter. Microcosm shoots wide beams of powerful light. Kabostov is an old friend made anew, and, well, you'll discover the rest on your adventure. 6 new exotic pieces of armor will also be available in the Final Shape, 2 for each class. 3 of these pieces have their own trailers already. Check them out below. Mateodoxia, Gifted Conviction, Hazardous Propulsion, and then we also have the other ones. Of course, new legendary gear is also needed in this fight, and we have plenty. For starter, the new destination weapons are all craftable. Oh, nice! And some are part of new archetypes, like the new auto rifle that heals your allies when you shoot at them. Ooh, my puppy farted and it is so stinky. My goodness. She's just snoring away like nothing happened. Here's the whole list. No hesitation. The Solar Support Frame auto rifle. Axial Lucana, the Solar Precision Fusion rifle. Bold Ending, Stasis Heavy Burst Hand Cannon. Pre-Memoria, Strand Aggressive Machine Gun. Someday, the Kinetic Precision Shotgun. The Call, Strand Rocket Assisted Frame Sidearm. Embraced Identity, Void Adapted Sniper Rifle, and False Idols. A Solar Vortex Frame Sword. Nice. I don't think we've seen a Solar Vortex frame. Maybe. Actually, yeah, we have the Warlock class sword. Let's not forget one very important upgrade coming to many weapons, including both new weapons and those already in your vault. Perk Enhancing. A broad selection of legendary weapons can now have their perks enhanced. Ever-evolving Sandbox. Our Sandbox team has been busy making changes to weapons, armor, and abilities. We have 3 different articles covering the main changes coming with the final shape. Be prepared to build, craft, and be your strongest self by reading these. Additionally, we have a preview of the perks that the new seasonal artifact brings to the table. Storm the new raid. Salvation's Edge. In the final shape, Guardians will confront the Witness in the new Salvation's Edge raid launching on June the 7th. Our World First race will be taking place during the first 48 hours of the raid, when contest mode will also be active. Whether you participate in the raid with your fire team or follow the race on Twitch Rivals, you won't want to miss this. Please note that we encourage all players to complete the Final Shape campaign and the Wild Card Exotic Quest prior to the launch of Salvation's Edge to have the best story experience. Yeah, this is the new Dungeons & Dragons collab. Year of Episodes begins on June 11th, which is next Tuesday. The first episode, Echoes, will start a new era of Destiny 2 on next Tuesday, exactly 1 week after the launch. We'll share more information about Echoes and episodes after the launch. Many quality of life changes. Yep, just all these many changes. The patch notes we just read. And as we said at the beginning, I guess we'll read the quality of life changes. I won't be that stingy. The final shape also brings a lot of important changes to many Destiny 2 systems, from how Raoul will decrypt exotic engrams to how shaders are shown in the customization menu. Below you can find a list of these changes. Read more about how we have revamped our power system so players can have a more meaningful progression, share their power level with friends, and understand at a glance how challenging an activity is. Your vault space is now increased by 100 to 700 total. Use that new space wisely. Read about how the heads-up display channels have been revamped with new icons and 2 additional channels to better organize priority buffs. Read more about the update to mementos. We already read about those. Raoul is now the source for new exotic armor pieces and has a new reputation rank. Shaders have a new icon that better represent how they will look on your armor. And Hawthorne's new vendor reputation track with new rewards and how leveling up your clan will unlock new perks. As we said at the beginning, today is the day. You can finally play the final shape, face the Witness and its forces, and live an adventure 10 years in the making. Have fun, everyone. I didn't realize that message had popped up. Again, I'm just gonna... Okay, people seem to be restarting Steam and whatnot. We'll go ahead and do that. I mean, it's been half an hour, Bungie. Ooh. Alright, it doesn't show a download. Let me refresh the Bungie page. Yep, still nothing. Okay, so everyone's saying the servers are not available. Cool. Again, at least we're not alone. We're all suffering together. Well, we watched some trailers then. Bu- 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 Oh wow, they look at Bungie go. Look at this new YouTube profile. So this is the banner on Steam. So good. A part of me kind of wishes I switched my ship to the original Arcadia class, but come on. It's my Guardian. So I'm going to keep the ship I've had for years now because I really like the ship. Well, let's watch the trailer again, shall we?
The witness nears the final shape.
It's reshaping reality into a perfect stillness.
So that's Zavala seeing probably a vision of the witness, his civilization, and how they lost the traveler.
It's the end of everything. Might as well try to stop it.
One last step. Together.
It's obvious they come in afterwards.
Into the end.
Like, we're already in here.
This place.
It's hard to describe. An infection. Festering. You said it spoke to you.
The witness shows us what it thinks we want. It's a lie.
Light-bearer. Let us lift the weight of suffering. Join us.
Zavala, please.
The male voice actor is really more prominent on the witness. Gosh, look at that abomination. Is that how they always look? Just seeing it in that detail. I can't get over the
Makes my fate but me.
death sound Ikora makes there is just grueling. It's so realistic. Props to the voice actors for that. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Yeah, it's still nothing. So reload the page. Still nothing. Servers. It's trending. Oh, fun. 3.5 million views. It was a good cutscene. I will give them that. Dog's just snoring in the background. Sorry if you see the screen blinking. That's just me switching through tabs. Like, Crow, you may be good, but Cade's got so much more experience.
You died. So did you.
Also, I kept saying Nolan North as the voice actor for Cade. That was his new voice actor in Forsaken. It's Nathan Fillion. I was just getting the wrong names. Nolan's the name of or the voice actors for our
Yeah, I
Ghost.
don't have to call you Prince anymore, do I?
So good. Oh, still nothing? No. What was the trailer I wanted us to watch? It was like the first Final Shape trailer. No, that's the campaign excerpt. Maybe that? No, it's the reveal trailer. It's just a very sentimental trailer. I really enjoyed it. And watching this alongside the Kvostov exotic mission in D1, it's just so cute.
After all these years, we never talked about it. Why I brought you back. Why you were chosen. The truth is, I didn't know then. It was just a feeling. But I know now. After all we've seen, all we've lost,
The hands.
this fight might be our last. So I'm asking you one last time to rise.
So good. Let me restart Steam. Don't mind my mouse. I'm checking on Cross and Dado. They're all still chilling. People are saying they're in. At least that's what chat's saying. I don't know how much chat is true. Okay, let's go ahead and restart Steam and see where we're at. There's no update for Destiny. Well, let's launch it anyways. Could be that the servers are finally online. At the very least, I want to see the queue message. If I can see that message, I'll be happy. Because it means everything's working and we're just slowly being let in. Oh my goodness, my puppy. Can you hear her? Oh, you totally hear her. My goodness. Her snoring is so loud. She just didn't want to sleep alone in the other room. It's fine. She's just loud. She's half pity, that's why. Alright, still no servers. That's great. Still no news from Bungie. It's been almost an hour. They were saying they got in, but then they got kicked out. People are saying don't exit. People are saying exit. People are saying they're in. Just gonna open up other streamers, see what they're doing. Sweat's AFK because he's signing in. But Jez is still doing that. Oh, Cactus is in. How the crap did Cactus get in? What? Oh, he's not in. His friend is in. But still, that means people are in. What the? Huh? I don't want to force a patch because, good gosh, this game is so big and it'll take like an hour to do it. Alright, let's exit the game. Let me restart Steam. But people are in. That's the thing. People are playing the game right now. Again, is there an update that I'm just not getting? Let's go to properties, updates. Yeah, 122 gigabytes. It's just, it's... And it's saying that the servers are down. I don't know. As background maintenance continues, we are investigating reports of players logging into the game experiencing sign-on issues or being placed in a queue. Stay tuned for more updates. There shouldn't be an update or patch because essentially what Bungie did is they pushed the update but then turned off the servers. So you could go into the game, but you couldn't play. So let's relaunch Destiny. Let's just chill. Well, yeah, Cactus's Friends is online. That's the only person I've seen. And they were just looking at like the weapons and stuff, so wasn't spoiled by any of that. Servers offline. Oh, weird, I can't preview. Okay, Travel Danielle is in a queue, so that's good. What about your husband? Yeah, Danielle is on the queue screen, which I want. I would love to have be on the queue screen. Oh, are you serious? Wow. Wow, Twitch is so dumb. I just want to see what Grenader Jake's doing, but it's making me play an ad. And if I tab out, the ad pauses. How dumb. So he's on the same screen all of us are on. Oh, nope. Danielle just got kicked out. Oh, that sucks. Oh, this is... Oof. This is a really rough launch. They haven't had a launch like this since like Beyond Light. So it's weird. Danielle's getting like the queue time, but she's also getting this attention page. Yeah, I went and opened up my window, getting a nice good breeze going. Gosh, yeah, everyone's just struggling right now. some people are getting in, but no one I'm watching is in. So yeah, their friend is in. I don't really want to. Oh, Fallout is in. How are you in? Let's listen.
You're right. Ooh.
I love like the swirling like dark.
Yes, and then you hover over it and like look.
Not gonna lie, the menu screen looks amazing. I'm not gonna show it. I'm kind of sad I got spoiled that myself. I don't even want to know what the mission's first name is. How'd you get in? Fallout. She's running ads. He's running ads. I don't blame him. Run ads. Wow, just no one is in. Ah. So one thing I can do is maybe play some Bloons Tower Defense. Just like running in the background while this is going on. Bive tweeted, release the server traffic memes. Just so many let us in memes. Someone posted the final delay. This is so weird. I haven't seen the servers die like this. And it's not a universal thing because people are in the game. But the rest of us are just kind of stuck. Okay. Alright, chat, I'm loading up Bloons. We're gonna play some Bloons Tower Defense. Sorry, my dog was getting up and I had to help her and all that stuff. Aha! Oh wait, no. Here's what I want to do. Let's play some balloons, shall we? Oh, that's right. There's been a bunch of updates. I have not played balloons in a long time. Let's mute Destiny. Oh, I didn't mean to close that notion. Let's listen to some nice, calm balloons music. Luckily, I can still hit my controller for all of that. So we'll just keep an eye on that. Let's check out this new hero. Rosalia, the Tinkerer. Rosalia can reposition in a moment with her jetpack and brings the firepower with her laser, grenade launcher, and missiles. Okay. Just around the workshop with her powerful lasers. Grenade attack unlock. Switch between weapons to deal with all... Oh, okay, so you switch. Scatter missile ability. Launches a missile that rains destruction from above. Adrenaline rush. Attacks faster the more balloons are nearby. Attacks are improved. Grenades can bounce. And weapons fire an enhanced shot every 10th attack. Should we play her quest? Oh, Tinkerton. Oh my gosh. With a little guidance from Patch. Where's a good spot for this little screen? I think down there would be fine, right? It just covers my play button. Okay. Level 1, she's just got her laser. The energy weapon hits hard, making it great for single target damage. She can also use her jetpack to jump around within the range of her workshop. Try repositioning her somewhere with longer lines of track in front of her to get the most use out of her laser. Okay, so I assume you place this down, and then you can reposition her anywhere. Her range is really small. I assume right here would be a good spot, right? Okay, so it can hit 2 or blue balloons. Good. At level 2, she gets access to her grenades. I'm just glad they're all exploding when she wants them to. They are densely packed balloons. On the next round, switch Rosalia to grenades by selecting her, then click the grenade button. That should easily take care of the balloons. Rosalia's grenades are also great against lead and purple balloons, which are weaknesses of her laser. Her laser can pop black and spaced out balloons. However, so switching between them is a must to get the most out of them. On this round, pop the lead balloons with grenades and switch to her laser to pop the rest. Rosalia's level 3 ability, Scatter Missile, launches a barrage of missiles following Rosalia's targeting. This powerful ability damages and stuns balloons, giving you extra time to pop them. Try Scatter Missile on this round. Oh, I did it a little too early, I think. We're good. Oh my gosh, it one-shots greens? How much damage does it do? At level 5, Rosalia gets upgraded weapons. Every few shots, the weapons automatically release a powerful attack. The laser fires a powerful plasma bolt, and the grenades release a cluster of more grenades. Rosalia is always tinkering, so these charge shots get even more powerful at higher levels. Alright, so we gotta switch to grenades. target strong for now. Let's switch back to laser. We're okay. Here we go. Rosalia's upgrade her jetpack to level 7. Her flight boost ability allows her to pursue balloons anywhere on the map, using the upgraded power of her jetpack to attack both weapons. Oh, okay. Really? So I guess it's only within her that range. Level 10, Rosalia gets the kinetic charge ability. This charge latches onto a targeted Moab and stores energy from any damage done to the Moab. The charge gets increasingly unstable until it detonates, causing massive damage. There we go. So that's Rosalia. Remember to switch weapons and use her abilities when the situation calls for it. She'll be super strong with a good strategy. Now place some towers and beat the rest of the balloons. I have no abilities. I'm dead. I mean, she's okay. I definitely don't like heavy micro heroes. It's just not fun, in my opinion. Are you kidding me? Do I not have any camo? Alright, whatever. These tutorial missions are so difficult because you have to play in a very, very specific way in order to beat them. There's very little room for error and no one teaches you anything. Also, as a tinkerer, she doesn't tinker with anything. Anyways. No, I don't want her. Yeah, Corvus is a nightmare to try to get done. Geraldo's okay. Because this is more you just buy stuff to support. But he is so micro intensive. She's not as micro intensive, but still micro intensive. I don't know. Don't know how many people are in my chat, but we could play some co-op if you guys want. Yeah. Let's go medium, just standard. We'll just go all. We won't split. Oh. Code's right here for anyone who wants to join. I'll leave that on there for a second. I think everyone had hopped off. They don't want to be watching my My attention servers are down screen. Mr. Fruit, he's playing Destiny. Oh, she got in. Jealous. So jealous at that. So everyone is just chilling. Servers are unavailable. Some people are getting in, some people are not. All right. I've got no viewers right now. All right, let's quit out of that. Let's quit out of view. We'll relaunch Steam again. Oh boy. I just realized I wasn't on my game thing, so you weren't getting any of the audio from the balloons. Oops. Sorry. You didn't miss anything. Alright. Relaunching Steam. I doubt it's gonna do anything. Am I just gonna have to end the stream and then just come back in like an hour or so? Maybe 2 hours? The maintenance is supposed to be over in about 50 minutes. That's their timeline that they had given us. Yeah, maintenance is expected to conclude at 12 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. I live in Mountain Daylight Time, so it's an hour further, so that's at 1 p.m. It's in 15 minutes. Some people are in. But so long as like a good chunk of the content creators aren't in, I'm happy, I'm fine. Just means the rest of us are all suffering as well. What I like is like the servers are not available. Dismiss this message to try again. Like me hitting that button is gonna make your servers better. What do you mean retry to connect to your servers? If you say your servers aren't up, obviously they're up, but it just feels funny. It's like contradictory. So there was an article out saying someone from Bungie was saying if you enjoy watching cutscenes with your helmet off, to do so, and that the team had put more significant effort into trying to make sure those cutscenes look really good with the facial movements and whatnot. Obviously, not every cutscene is going to be helmet off, right? But many of the ones that can have that option, you're in for a treat. Personally, I don't really like my Guardian's face. It's fine, but I more closely resemble my Guardian to his helmet than his actual face. So that iron, Mandalorian looking helmet. I've always loved that helmet ever since D1. It's like Taken King, I think? Could have been Rise of Iron. I forget what update that helmet came out in. It's just been my favorite helmet. I use that helmet in everything. Even if the fashion isn't really work for that helmet, I'm like, nah, fam, that helmet's going there. I'll change the color, for sure. Such good music. Alright. We'll just go to the break screen and just chill on this screen for a while. I will be back. I'm gonna go do other things. If we learn anything, I don't know. I'll have my phone on me, keeping it open on Twitter. Enjoy the music. I'll be back. All right, I'm back. I went and ate lunch real quick. Bungie tweeted out about 15 minutes ago to restart your launcher. Okay. Players experiencing sign-on issues are recommended to try restarting their game, console, or launcher to attempt to alleviate these issues. I've been doing that all morning, but it's okay. Focused feedback. This did not work. Yeah, if you're in a queue, don't touch anything. Even if the server message keeps popping up, if you're in a queue, stay. It means you're doing okay. I have yet to get that queue message, so I don't know if there's like a hidden queue that we gotta wait for. Many of my Discord mates or clan mates are getting in, which is pissing me off a bit. Happy for them. Dang it, let me in. Is Cross and Dado in? Cross is not in. Dado is not in. Okay. We're all still suffering together. Alright, people are saying just keep hitting the dismiss button. bum. This has been fun, y'all. I've really been enjoying my time. Been live for 3 hours. Given I know half of that time servers weren't even online yet. But still. Well, maintenance ends in about 20 minutes. We'll see. We'll see if that's the case. They usually extend it by a few hours. Just chillin'. Paul Tassie's being a little sassy. Saying closing Steam, shutting off my computer, unplugging it from the wall, turning off my modem, flipping the circuit breaker to my house. Okay. Maybe that will work. DMG is all sadly still seeing servers not available. Errors. Appreciate the comm. Stay tuned for more. Rooting for y'all today. He's so positive. I love DMG. So sad he had to leave Bungie. There's idiots out there. I can't believe I'm saying this. I miss the queue. Seeing servers not available over and over again is edging me. I agree. Again, I want at least the queue message, because at least then I know, hey, Now we wait. And I can wait. You can make me wait 2 hours and I'll wait. But this stuff, there's no guarantee. Did I mention this earlier in the stream? Maybe not. I might have saw this on my own. But Keith David, the new voice actor for Lance, it's his birthday today. So what a fun, poetic release schedule, right? Yeah, I was really hoping that this would be as smooth as like Witch Queen or Lightfall. But alas, it is not. What's Cross saying? No, he's not saying anything. Never mind.
Scepter Catalyst situation, and it's gonna be this time tomorrow, and I'm still gonna be sitting here. I listen, guys. You think RNG has fucked you? You don't understand. I have had RNG obliterate my insights, okay? In the most unpleasant way possible. My concern is that this is one of those situations. Every now and then the stars, they align to just fuck you. And I'm concerned that this is one of those moments.
Oh, my mic was off that whole time. Oops. When did I turn off my mic? It's probably when I sneezed earlier. Oops. Anyways, what I was saying was like, hey, let's see what Cross is saying. I turned it on. We got that clip. That was beautiful. It's just what a time to unmute him. And yeah, so I think what I'll do is launch and relaunch the game instead of just hitting dismiss. Yeah, my clanmates are in. Ah! It's just... So I hit stop on Steam, and it's not stopping the game, so I guess we'll just force close it. Thanks, Steam. Gosh, clanmates are all playing. Ah! He got weaseled. I think Cross got in and then got weaseled out. Yeah, he got in and then got weaseled. Oh, that's awful. I
And then proceeded to weasel me right back out. I guarantee you that was my only opportunity. I will never get another opportunity today. That is...
he is so pissed right now. I don't blame him. I'm upset too, but man, that's funny. I opened up the tab right in time. Oh man. No, no, another no servers available. Okay, time to relaunch. Ah! Again, in 6 minutes, it's scheduled to conclude. Right? My saving grace is watching that Twitter feed on Bungie Help and being like, please don't extend maintenance. You're going to. I know you're going to. But let's hope not. Oh, so the artist I follow on Twitter is Mingwei. You see that I like a lot of her posts and her art. I sometimes reshare or retweet some of her stuff. So if you follow me on Twitter, you know all about her. Yeah, she got in earlier, like an hour ago. And she just tweeted, it's like, never mind, still here, waiting for the last fireteam member. Only downside of playing with others. Relaunching the game. Seeing pictures of all the UI changes are so good. Alright, so here's what we'll do. Where's my Spotify? We're gonna leave this as is for now. I am going to wait till 1 o'clock. Keep an eye on the Destiny Twitter. Oh? Yep, alright, there's the extended background maintenance. Never mind. Maintenance has been extended. Will provide additional updates in 2 hours. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll just turn off the stream. I'll hop on again in a little bit. It's just, there's no point. Everyone's having the issues. Very few people are getting in. Sucks, but I'll go do other stuff with my day. Everyone who's dropped by throughout this time, thanks. And we'll adventure soon.